from Peninsula TV Studios in San Carlos, SBC, the San Mateo Credit Union, Wells Fargo, and Oracle present this year's hottest game show, Bay Area Quiz Kids. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Quiz Kids, and to this, the first game in our second round of competition. That means that all the teams that are about to play have gotten one step closer to winning some incredible prizes, including our grand prize of a trip to Europe, courtesy of our friends at ACIS. Over here we have today the Aragon Dons. And they are taking on last year's champions, the Half Moon Bay Cougars. And so, without further ado, let's begin with the collaboration round. Welcome back, teams. As you know, in this first round, you will play as a team. I have a series of 10-point questions here. I'll ask your team a question and give you about 10 seconds to answer. And then your captain, Jonathan or Clifford, will give me the answer you guys have come up with. If you're right, you get the points. If not, the other team gets a chance to collaborate and possibly steal those points away. We'll go back and forth until the buzzer signals the end of the first round, okay? Good luck to both teams. Aragon, you get the first question. Calculate for me the surface area of a cube with each side 5 inches long.
$125.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect, Jonathan. You can steal.
150.
That's right, Clifford, 150. And here's your first question. St. Cloud, Moorhead, Rochester, and Duluth are all cities in what state?
Minnesota.
Minnesota is right. All right, Dons, during World War II, artist Pablo Picasso lived in what European capital that had been taken over by the Nazis?
Paris.
And you score 10 points. Cougars, name the European rock given to Britain in the 1713 Treaty of Utrecht that Spain has long wanted to have back.
Gibraltar.
Yes, the Rock of Gibraltar. What kind of poetry was the specialty of both the ancient Greek Pindar and of 19th century British poet John Keats, such as the one he wrote on a Grecian urn?
An ode.
That's right, an ode. Cougars, imagine, if you will, a right triangle where side A is horizontal, side B is vertical, and side C is the hypotenuse. Angle X is the angle between A and C. In terms of A, B, and C, what is the value of cosine X?
A over C. The cosine of X. A over C. No, it could be over C. No, A over C. Right.
A over C.
That's right, Clifford. In what Shakespeare play would you hear the chant, "By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes"?
Macbeth.
Yes, Macbeth. Name the woman who died in 2004 at age 91 after a long career that included writing the popular book, Mastering the Art of French Cooking.
Julia Child.
Yes, we'll miss her. I didn't. No one can impersonate Julia Child.
You try.
Al-Qaeda claimed responsibility for the attack on what United States vessel that was docked off the coast of Yemen in 2000?
The USS Cole.
That's right. What New Deal agency was started in 1934 to oversee trading of stocks, bonds, and other financial commodities?
I think it's the SEC. Okay.
The SEC.
The SEC, that's right. Oh, we can feel we're off to a good start, and we have a score over here of 60 with Half Moon Bay, 40 for Aragon. So don't go away. Come on back and we will talk to our teams. Welcome back. We would love to invite you to join us as part of our studio audience, so please give us a call at 650-637-1936, and we will send you tickets to the next show available. Welcome back, Aragon Dons and Jonathan Lee, their captain. Jonathan, we were talking earlier about some of the activities you get involved with outside of class, and it's quite an interesting assortment. What do you do?
Well, I do mock trial.
Mock trial, which is, you're right in the middle of that one right now, right?
Yeah, right now we're getting ready for our first trial against the defending champions of the county, actually.
Wow, good luck to you there. And you also take part in Model UN.
Yep.
Are you? Is there any kind of conference coming up with that soon?
We're going to go to a conference in Berkeley and probably Davis too.
Have you been assigned a nation, or does that happen when you get there?
Actually, we've been assigned 2 nations to the Berkeley conference. We're going to represent Malta and Slovenia.
Wow, okay. And all these things portend for me a law career for Jonathan Lee, which was a rhyme which you can use in your business card. It just came up. I don't know. But are you thinking of a career in law?
Yeah, that could work.
Okay.
The glove has to fit, though.
The glove does have to fit. Right. We'll talk about fitting gloves later on. Brittany Perry, welcome back.
Hello.
Brittany, when we talked before, we talked about your interest in becoming a writer, and today you were trying to tell me about something that you call plot bunnies.
Yes, plot bunnies are little ideas for stories or poems and just like inspiration, kind of like a muse.
And you said the bunnies have been hopping in your head this year.
Yeah, they have. I've gotten a lot of them. I've been spending my lunch breaks just sitting around writing stuff.
And you just write down the idea?
No, I have one idea that's kind of been going on for a couple months, so I'm like writing the story that leads up to the one image that the plot bunny
Can you
kinda
share that with us? You don't have to. Of course, writers are very private.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about my work until it's done.
And I respect that. Well, good luck with that. And you can dedicate that story to me. Chris Garris. Chris, look at how crabby you are, because you got up at 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
Because there was the 6 a.m. they had the robotics kickoff.
Yeah, we had a robotics kickoff for the robotics team. Showed us a new game they were having this year. We're gonna build a robot for 6 weeks and compete with it somewhere in mid-March.
And where was the kickoff?
San Jose State.
So you had to go all the way down to San Jose State from San Mateo?
Yeah.
And be there at 6 a.m. with how many people?
Just me, my mom, and my dad right now. But
Just 3 of you were at this whole kickoff?
well, we drove by ourselves. There was a carpool with other people.
I know you're misinterpreting the question, but you're so tired, I don't even want to go on. I wish you the very best in this year's competition, and I wish everyone on your team a lot of luck, too. Let's give a big hand to your coach, Kevin Doyle. Let's give a big hand to last year's champions, the Half Moon Bay Cougars. Of course, the only member of that team that is still with us is Clifford Gallagher, who's now the captain. You stepped in for Vern.
Yeah, I did.
Well,
no one can step in for Vern.
No one can step in for Vern, but you had to fill his shoes, and you're going to do a great job. Tell us a little bit about this wonderful trip to the British Isles you took this summer.
We're going back.
You're going back.
We're going back.
On your dime, though, buddy.
I hope not. But
Oh, I see. You want to take the team back.
yes,
Oh, good. Okay. Tell me.
it was terrific. We saw all of the sites in England and all of the famous things you've seen in textbooks. They were actually there, like in the street. And, the museums were just terrific. They have, all of these things that you hear about and read about that you could, you can almost touch.
And they weren't lying. They're really there.
Yeah.
In the street.
Yeah.
Those crown jewels just strewing the sidewalk.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had a great time. It makes our job worthwhile. And all those questions you answered, good. Alex Lemberg, welcome to this winning team.
Thank you.
You're a junior, and you told me that you really a geography nut.
Yeah, I grew up just around geography. My dad sells maps for a living. He's out in the audience over there. My uncle's a professor of geography in Michigan, and I just basically study maps. That's what I do in some of my free time.
Well, I saw how excited you got when you answered that Minnesota question.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's Minnesota.
No, I really do like it, and It's just a passion I've always had since I was like 5. I learned all the state capitals when I was like 4 or 5 years old. So.
You're also in the school musical.
Yes.
Crazy for you.
I'm really excited about this year. It's my 3rd year in the Half Moon Bay High School musical, and I got a lead this year. I'm Everett Baker, which is the father of the lead female.
Right.
I'm really excited about this, and it's a Gershwin musical. It's featuring all the music of George Gershwin, and the plot's great, and I'm really looking forward
Well, I
to it.
wish you a very, very good time in that. Carolyn McCusick.
Caroline.
Caroline, that's fine. I have a Caroline as a student, and I know how very particular they are about
Oh,
the
his name's
pronunciation.
Lumberg too, like lumbago.
Okay. You're a sophomore.
Yeah.
You're from Berkeley, which explains so much.
Yeah.
And you're also an actress, although you do mostly work in the community.
Yeah.
Right, that's wonderful.
Community theater.
And something very exciting is going to happen to you next year. You're going to become an exchange student.
Oh yeah.
Where
I'm
you
going
go-
to Turkey.
Going to Turkey. And is there anything special you get to do there in terms of, I know you'll get to live with a family probably and go to school there. Are there anything special you're looking forward to about being in Turkey?
Turkish ruins and Turkish boys?
Are your parents in the audience, dear?
Thankfully not.
Oh, okay. We'll talk after. Let's give a big hand to your coach and your principal, Miss Sue Million. And won't you join me in giving a hearty welcome to our judge, Mr. Frank Saboti. Okay, we'll come back to this first in our second round matches after these messages. Don't go away. And here we go. Put your hands on your buzzers, folks. It's time to play the lightning round. Again, the questions are worth 10 points. As I ask a question, listen carefully because the first person to buzz in gets to answer for their team. Jonathan just demonstrated that for us.
And he can answer the first question right now.
And that's the answer. That's good, Jonathan. Give us the answer for the first question.
42.
I'm not supposed to buzz in.
Right. And that's the right answer, so that scores him 10 points. If he had given me the wrong answer, I would have let the other team collaborate and possibly steal those points away. What a lovely way of explaining this round. All right. If you buzz in, as Jonathan did before I complete the question, you'll have to answer with the information you've been given. And you see that can be quite difficult. If you give me the wrong answer, I will complete the question for the other team. So, good luck to both teams. It's 60-40. Here we go. In September 2004, former Florida Congressman Porter Goss was confirmed by the Senate as the new head. Yes, Clifford.
Intelligence director.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. As the new head of what federal agency?
The FDA.
The CIA. When Dr. Frederick Cook claimed in 1909 that he was the first man to reach the North Pole, he was immediately challenged by what man, who is now generally considered, yes, Jonathan?
Perry.
That's correct, Perry. El Salvador is the only Central American country that does not border the Caribbean Sea, meaning that its only access to water is what ocean? Jonathan.
Pacific.
Correct, and you've tied the game. In what state can one find the Lake of the Cherokees, the Red River, which separates it from Texas, as, yes, Chris?
Louisiana.
No, I'm sorry. As well as its university located in Norman.
Oklahoma.
Said Mr. Geography. Yes, it's Oklahoma. When scientist Ernest Rutherford tried alchemy in 1919, instead of trying to convert lead into gold, he converted nitrogen into what other gaseous element that is next to it in the periodic table? Clifford.
Oxygen.
Right. Liberation theology spread in Latin America primarily due to the influence of what Catholic order created by Ignatius Loyola in 1534? Alex.
The Jesuits.
You are right. What six-letter word for excessive pride comes to us? Yes, Clifford.
Hubris.
And I don't suffer from it, no matter what they say. When barrier islands or a coral reef cuts off a small area of water from an ocean or sea, what term is used to describe the cut-off area, which is generally shallow and salty? Clifford.
Lagoon.
A lagoon. What horror movie term for the undead describes a computer controlled by a hacker without the knowledge of the person who really owns the computer? Caroline.
Zombie?
Yes, a zombie. I'd never heard of that. Janie, this story's protagonist, has been compared to Odysseus as she too embarks on an epic journey. What is this novel set in the southern United States written by Zora Neale Hurston? Clifford?
Their eyes were watching God.
You got it. At the 1836 Battle of San Jacinto, Sam Houston defeated what famed Mexican... Yes, Chris.
Anna?
Correct. St. George's Channel separates Ireland from what specific political subdivision of the United Kingdom where two official languages are spoken? Clifford.
The Isle of Man.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal, Aragon.
Wales.
That's right, Wales. The first play written by an African-American woman to be produced on Broadway was what story of the Younger family based on author Lorraine Hansberry's... Yes, Jonathan.
Raisin in the Sun.
That's correct. As of 2004, Bolivia was the world's leading producer of what type of nut, named for one of its neighbors?
Brazil
Caroline.
nut?
A Brazil nut is right. Leader Alexander Dubček died in late 1992, just 2 months before what former country was split into two? Yes, Jonathan?
Yugoslavia.
No, I'm sorry. Was split into two countries, one with capital Bratislava and the other Prague.
Czechoslovakia.
You're right. Oh, that signals the end of this round. Let's look at the score. Aragon has 90 points, and Half Moon Bay is in the lead with 150. When we return, the point values will double. We'll see what happens. Don't go away. Okay, let's get right back into it with the Extreme Lightning Round. Point values are doubled to 20. Play stays the same. Good luck, teams. In the House of Representatives, what committee controls how revenues are raised? Jonathan.
House Appropriations Committee.
No, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. You can steal.
Ways and Means. Ways and Means.
That's it. The Niger River flows through this neighbor of Niger that also borders Benin and contains a town called Benin City. Identify this African country. Clifford.
Togo.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal, Dons.
Togoland.
No, it's Nigeria. One example of this idea is that flow speeds up in a nozzle when the pressure drops. What concept named for a Swiss scientist also explains how the pressure difference on the surfaces of an airplane wing... Yes, Jonathan.
Bernoulli.
That's right. What art style exhibited at the 1925 World's Fair in Paris can be characterized by zigzag and sweeping patterns, such as in the spire of New York's Chrysler Building? Caroline.
Art Deco?
You got it. How much is 8 times 10 to the 4th divided by 4 times 10 squared? Clifford.
200.
That's right. In September 2004, the NFL's Arizona Cardinals honored what former... Yes, Chris.
Tillman.
That's right, Pat Tillman. Name the extremist Islamic group founded in the 16th century in what is now Saudi Arabia, whose philosophy is accepted by many in Al-Qaeda. Yes, Clifford.
The Saracen Knights.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You can steal.
Wahhabi.
Wahhabi, that's right. Name the only continent in the world whose indigenous human population is still 0. Alex.
Antarctica.
Yes, sir. In computers, what does the acronym JPEG stand for? We all have them, but we don't know what they are, do we? Joint Photographic Experts Group. In some ancient Greek plays, a god suddenly comes down. Yes, Clifford.
Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, that's right, Deus Ex Machina. The Ernest Hemingway novel For Whom the Bell Tolls is set during the 20th century Civil War of what? Yes, Jonathan.
Spain.
Yes, sir. For the first 5 days of a queen bee's life, it eats what appropriately named 2-word substance? Yes, Clifford.
Royal jelly.
Yeah. The tarantella is a dance for couples, possibly named for the tarantula spider or for the city of Taranto, which is on the south coast of what country? Clifford.
Italy.
Yes, sir. The square root of 768 is equal to what number times the square root of 3? $16. At one point in the fall of 2004, an earthquake a minute was said to be occurring near what mountain in Washington state that last blew? Yes, Jonathan.
Mount St. Helens.
Yes, sir. Which constitutional amendment begins? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or... Yes, Jonathan.
First.
Yes, sir. It extends from Chicago to Philadelphia and has declined in recent decades due to the decline of American heavy industry. Clifford.
The Rust Belt.
That's right. Sam Houston became the first regularly elected president of the Republic of Texas by defeating what man who is now the namesake of the state? Yes, Clifford.
Austin.
Yes, Steve Austin, $6 million man, kind of. He was actually looking for comets and began his most famous creation by numbering things that were not comets so he wouldn't have to worry about them anymore. Identify this French namesake of a star catalog where every entry begins with M, the first letter of his last name. Charles Messier. What French impressionist was famed for his paintings of acrobats, singers, and most of all, ballet dancers? Alex.
Toulouse-Lautrec.
No, I'm sorry. You can steal, Aragon.
Manet.
Degas. That signals the end of the game. Let's look at the score. 2-10 for Aragon with 3:30. Half Moon Bay goes to our third round. Oh, Aragon, it was great having you here. We will see you soon. We'll see all of you soon, too. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters help to make this program possible: SBC, the San Mateo Credit Union, Wells Fargo, and Oracle. Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS. Additional support provided by these Bay Area newspapers and the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry.